Hi, Miss Paula. Hello, Philadelphia. My name is Cynthia Mahalik, and welcome to my kitchen here in beautiful Newport News, Virginia. Thank you so much for creating the Real Women of Philadelphia website. It is so fast becoming this amazing network and true resource for other home cooks like myself who really have a passion for cooking and baking. I have had so much fun preparing for this video. The recipe that I've designed for week 5 side dish challenge are pretty Pea Tarts. These little individual tarts baked in a brioche mold really and truly do complement any main course dish that you decide to serve. The main ingredients that I'll be using today are little petite peas. I'm going to accent that with some fresh lemon zest, and then we're going to bring it all together with the unmistakable flavor of Philadelphia cream cheese. So let me set my oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to melt a little bit of butter, and I'll meet you back here so we can start our crust. To start making our pretty pea tarts, we need 1.25 cups of cracker crumbs. So I have here just some butter crackers. I have it in a Ziploc bag. I usually close it about 3/4 full because this way you'll let some air escape when you start rolling over it with a rolling pin. So I just like to easily roll this over. If you don't have butter crackers at home, by all means, pita chips. I've used pita chips before. Soda crackers work wonderfully. Saltines, go for it. Saltines are delicious too. What we're going to do is we're going to roll this out. We are going to empty this into a bowl. I've melted 6 tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter, and we are going to grate 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then that gets mixed in with our cracker crumbs. And then I like to mix this up just a little bit, just to combine everything. The next thing that I'm going to do is our 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm going to pour this over, and I'm just going to combine that until the butter is absorbed within the cheese and also into the crackers. So in front of me I have our gorgeous cracker mixture. So that's mixed with our Parmesan cheese, mixed with our butter, and also a little bit of lemon zest. So it just smells truly fragrant and really wonderful. So each one of our molds, this is our little brioche molds, you know, kind of fancy here. If you don't have these, by all means, you can use a little custard cup. You can use one of those little creme brulee dishes. You can even take this mixture and fill a pie plate with it, and then you could put, you know, the custard certainly within there and make a full pie out of it. But each one of these gets a full heaping tablespoon of our cracker mixture, and then you just want to work this around the sides, just pressing to the bottom and then up the sides. Beautiful. Excellent. And then that goes right on the sheet pan, which I've lined with parchment paper. Perfect. Take another one. Each one of these brioche molds I've sprayed with Pam. Again, take that and up the sides. And I'm just going to continue to make these, and we'll be back to start the custard mix. So I'm just finishing up our last crust here inside our mold, and that's going to go on our prepared sheet tray with a little piece of parchment. There's no need whatsoever for that to pre-bake, so that can just all bake together once we assemble the custard. The first step in putting the custard together is you just need a saucepan, perfect, and our full recipe asks for 1.25 cups of milk. 1/4 of it I reserve to the side because I'm going to mix that in a little bit with our flour, so to act as a thickener. So the first thing that we need is a full cup of milk. And the next thing that we're going to add is a full teaspoon of onion powder. I never use onion salt just because I really do want to know how much salt is going into my recipe. And you know, with the onion salt, I just feel like the levels of sodium are so high, and I really can't judge just how much salt is going in. Then I'm going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, my own. And the last thing, I'm putting in 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. So I choose the white pepper just because you're not going to see it so much, you know, as this begins to bake. I don't like to see those little black flecks in there, not with this kind of recipe. So white pepper, perfect. The last thing that I'm going to add before we put this onto the stove is our full teaspoon of lemon zest. And then that all goes into our milk mixture. This is going to go on top of our stove top. I'm going to start cutting up a little bit of parsley and some scallions, and we're going to start to bring this to a boil. So I just want to add some really fresh scallion. It's going to give us this incredible aromatic flavor and smell of fresh onion. I really love just that incredible scent and the taste, and also the color. Honestly, we really do eat with our eyes first. And I just roll this up, and again, I want to run my knife through this. To add a little bit of parsley, so this is our tablespoon of parsley. And that goes in, gorgeous. And slowly we're going to start to add our room temperature 4 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. So I just add a little bit at a time and start to work this in. And then we're going to add our last 2 pieces. That's a full 4 ounces. All of our cream cheese is completely dissolved. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of our scallions. And I want to just mix that in, just to incorporate it. I've added our 2 tablespoons of flour to our 1/4 cup of milk, and then that also goes in. So I have 2 eggs, and I've just beat them up a little bit, and then what I like to do is I just need to temper it. So the heat that my whisk is starting to feel, I start putting it in here just to temper this just a little bit, and I keep going back, because I don't want scrambled eggs. If I were to add these eggs right into our mixture right now, this just would be complete scrambled eggs, and we'd be having breakfast instead of lunch, so, or dinner. Okay, so I just add a little bit more heat, and I could tell that this is already starting to temper, so little by little, I'm just adding it into our mixture. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our pea mixture. Make sure everything is all good and incorporated. Here we go. So I'm going to add our 2 cups of frozen peas. And then we're going to let it go just a little bit so that it can start to thicken. Okay, and we'll be back to fill our gorgeous crusts. So as we can see, our custard mixture on stovetop has truly thickened. I can just imagine how concentrated these flavors are. The peas have stayed completely green and will during the next step as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to ladle this into our crust mixture, and then this is going to go into a 400-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Welcome back for truly one of my favorite parts, plating and serving. This is exactly how I would serve this side dish. I just made a very quick chicken breast. I butterflied it, did a little grill on it, some olive oil, some lemon juice, some salt and pepper as my main dish. I added a little tiny side salad, some Dijon mustard again, some lemon juice, a little olive oil. So many colors in this beautiful salad, which really sets off our side dish. These are still a little hot, so very easily they come out of here. I just take this by the side, I give it a quick little tap, and then I invert this right halfway onto the chicken breast and halfway onto the salad. And then just lift this right off. Ooh, hot. Okay. So you can see just how beautiful this side is. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more parsley, because the green just absolutely pops on this plate, brings out all of the color. I swear you could eat color. Food really and truly is an art form. I swear by that. We're going to add a little bit more lemon zest. That yellow, the green, oh my goodness, wait until we open up this side dish. These pretty Pea Tarts, so beautiful, and that's exactly how I would serve this. I really and truly hope that you try this. I just know you're going to love it, and this has been such an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Philadelphia. Enjoy, everybody.